Okay, so this video is for March 25th. It's your daily update on what's going on in the Canadian election, for those of you who don't have the time to pay attention to what's happening. What I need to do is give you a brief synopsis of what's happening in the United States in order to understand what's happening in the Canadian election. So if you've not been following what's going on in the US, I understand. Life's too busy. Who has time to listen to the orange man spew garbage all day long? People just don't have time to listen to it. But I have been. I've been paying very close attention actually since January 6th, the riots on the Capitol building. And since then, I've been focused very closely on what's been going on in the US because I see the trend that's happening. So if you actually go back many, many years ago, we're actually going to talk about the Mustache Man for a minute. The Mustache Man actually took over Germany and started World War II. And the way that he did it is exactly the same that Donald Trump is doing it right now. So he started with misinformation, challenging the media, calling it fake news, telling the country that everything was broken and that he was the only savior to fix it. People legitimately voted the Mustache Man into power because they trusted his ability to save their country from everything that was going on. There was scandal after scandal in his presidency. His supporters ignored it and just said it was a witch hunt. And, these are all the exact same things that are taking place right now in the United States. Donald Trump legitimately has started exporting anyone who is not naturally born in the United States, and actually even some that are naturally born in the United States because their parents don't have the right documentation or for whatever reason. Travelers from other countries, they are confiscating their phones at the border and scanning for any information that could possibly be deemed as terrorist activity against Donald Trump. People's cell phones are getting scanned everywhere. ICE is going into elementary schools in the United States to deport children. Like who does that? He is in the process of dismantling any type of government service for employees. So he's dismantling the Department of Education because he doesn't want communication and learning across the board. He wants to discourage people from coming together and using their voice to protest, which is why I can honestly see that TikTok will probably be banned in the United States very shortly. It allows people the opportunity to gather together and share information. Facebook is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, who is in Donald Trump's back pocket. Twitter is owned by Elon Musk, who is actually, I believe he is Donald Trump's pocket. But this is what's happening in the United States. And people may joke around that, the United States is just a shit show. But if you look very closely, it's extremely dangerous what's happening there right now. People are scared to leave their own states. People are scared to leave the country. Their produce is about to tank extremely hard this summer. Shit's about to get real expensive. All their immigrated workers aren't showing up for work because they don't want to get deported. So who's going to pick all the fruits and vegetables? They relied on this labor for many, many years. There's no one to pick the fruits and vegetables. There's food rotting on the ground because there's no one to pick it. So for United States citizens, things are about to get extremely difficult. And he's cutting Medicare, he's cutting Medicaid, he's cutting Social Security. He's looking right now at destroying Social Security. Their checks are not going to come in next month. I'm telling you right now. They've already told them that in order to get your Social Security check, you need to go online and register. And if you can't, you need to go to a Social Security office. Well, he's just cut I don't know how many offices out of how many states. And as it stands right now, it takes like 3 months to get an appointment with someone in Social Security. So you're going to see a huge uprising in the next couple of weeks in the United States because people are going to have had enough. And that's what Donald Trump is waiting for. He is waiting for people to take to the streets so he can implement martial law. That is what he wants to do. So this is the state of what's happening in the United States right now. It's extremely scary for these people. The reason that this is taking place is many years ago, we're talking like 20 years ago, an organization called the IDU was founded by Stephen Harper, a former conservative in Canada. And Stephen Harper created this group for right-wing politicians to be able to come together and share ideas about how society should move forward. Unfortunately, the types of things that they promote in here is keeping natural bloodlines, basically white nationalism, supporting Christian white nationalism, which is different from being being a worshiper of God. I'm going to say that right now. People who worship God and use God as a benefit to other people and to be kind to other people, absolutely no problem. Support it 110%. But these people are using Christian nationalism to enforce clean bloodlines. They don't want anybody else mixed in. Anybody who is trans or gay or binary or anything don't exist. These are the types of rhetoric that are taking place in the United States. And this is all caused by the IDU. Now, the IDU is involved with India, it's involved with Russia, it's involved with Germany, it's involved with England, it's involved with Canada, it's involved with the United States. This program was designed to teach other leaders how to overthrow their governments, how to use media disinformation, unhappy people, country is broken, all this rhetoric. You'll see it now with Ireland. They've now got Conor McGregor running for the president of Ireland because they're focusing on the people who are not paying attention. They're focusing on the people who don't have education. They're focusing on these people because a Facebook meme and a TikTok video are easy to repost, and they're banking on these people to repost this stuff. Now, if you want to take a very close look at what just happened this morning, Canada, CSIS, which is our Canadian Security Intelligence Agency, basically said out loud on the Globe and Mail, Pierre Poilievre was elected in 2022 because of interference from India. So India, who's in the IDU, is now involved in getting Pierre Poilievre a seat. Why? Because he was their chosen candidate to take over Canada. He was their chosen candidate to align with Donald Trump and India and all the other members of the IDU. This is a global plan to get Pierre Poilievre elected. And if you can't see that, then you need to do some more research. And I'm not spreading propaganda. I've seen article after article after article. I've seen people in government positions speaking on videos talking about how this is real. This is happening. So don't write this off as fake news. This is what's happening. And this is exactly what's going to happen to Canada if Pierre Poilievre gets in power. So this is not about conservative beliefs and liberal beliefs and NDP beliefs. This is about Canada against Pierre, not conservatives. I have no problem with conservatives, with their values and things that they believe in. Whatever. Everyone has their own right to vote. Pierre Poilievre was put in power by the IDU, and it has now been publicly broadcasted on the Globe and Mail. If you don't have a problem with that, and you don't have a problem and still want to vote for Pierre Poilievre, that's when I say, all right, enough's enough. You can get off my page. Because this is now out in the open. This is now fact, and people need to start paying attention. Stop promoting bad propaganda. Stop sharing the Facebook memes when you have not done one thing to verify whether they're true. Stop sharing the videos from Rebel News. Because they're a right-wing media conglomerate and they're being paid by government to do what they want. They're all extremely right-wing. Now, some right-wing policies I don't have a problem with. But if you're using them to put other people down and make other people feel like less of a person in our society, then I have a problem with you. I'm sorry. And you can tell me that it's all about free speech when your free speech causes hate towards other people for any reason whatsoever. I don't want you on my page anymore. I don't want you on my Facebook anymore. I don't want you to be my friend anymore. If that's the kinds of things that you support. So if you are a conservative voter, please vote to have him replaced. Put anybody else in charge but Pierre Poilievre. Demand that he get his security clearance. And that's why he didn't get his security clearance, because he knew India was involved in this. And if he knew about it officially, then he would have to deal with it. But instead, he just played dumb and ignored his security clearance. This cannot stand. Canada needs to stand up. Elbows up, people.